Hi Ranjit sir,
Hello, Sai. How are you?
I am doing quite well. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderfully well. Thank you.
Ranjit, I have had a great experience recently when I met a leader, right? And I met him at his residence. And when he came to meet, there was a great aura about him that I was very comfortable, in his presence, right? We discussed a few things, and I had a great last impression, during the entire course of meeting. So I wanted to understand about this presence, when we meet certain people. So can you just explain something about this?
So what I understand you are asking is that with certain people, we feel a very different presence. Like the moment they are in front of us, we feel a very different aura, different presence. And
Yes,
you want to know, like, what is it all about?
correct.
So, so see, essentially what happens is this experience that you have experienced when you were with that leader. See, that experience in professional or leadership terms, it is called as leadership presence.
Okay.
Okay. So it's a very subtle thing. It's a very subtle thing which a person can only experience it.
Hmm.
It's not like a hard thing. It's not like a skill. It's not like a capability, or it's not like that. It's something very subtle. And it's since it's an energy which they are radiating, which you are experiencing, and you are getting that overall experience. Okay. So what happens is these individuals who radiate a particular kind of presence, they have certain characters inbuilt in them. They are embodying, or they have certain characters inbuilt in them, and these characters are a part of them. And when I say a part of them, it's a part of the energy of them, because we all are energy, as you know, right?
Okay.
So it's part of the energy that they are, these characters.
Hmm.
And hence, whenever they are present, wherever they are present, they exude or they radiate that kind of presence or energy.
Okay. So you're saying that based on a person's character, we experience that kind of energy from that person. Because what I was thinking all along was, let's say a person named Ratan Tata, right? He has done great things for our country. Okay, and I've read and heard about him, great things about him, through media, right? So in my memory, I mean, the information about Ratan Tata is all about good, right? So I was thinking that because I have good information about this person, I have a certain experience about him, when I meet him, right? So is this not the case? Let's say I hear good things about a person, but he does not embody those characteristics. So when I meet him, will I feel a different presence?
So it's a wonderful question, Sai. There are a couple of things which we need to understand in order to understand the answer to this question.
Okay.
See, generally, when we operate, majority of us operate with mind.
Hmm.
Okay. So, in that case, the impression that we have defines the experience that we get.
Okay.
It's like if you have read about someone, if you have seen someone on the TV, and if you have created a perspective about that person, whether it is good or bad, or whatever perspective you have created, if you have created that perspective, then it influences the experience. Okay.
Okay.
This is true for people who are operating from their mind,
Okay.
which majority of us are operating from the mind, and that's how it defines or that's how it represents the experience that we get.
Hmm.
But when I say leadership presence, see, it's very different to the first thing that I just spoke about. Leadership presence, how it works is, see, we all carry a certain fundamental energy within us.
Okay.
There is a fundamental energy that is flowing through us.
Hmm.
Okay. In many ways, this energy defines us.
Hmm.
This is like the life energy that we talk about. So it is an energy which is flowing through us.
Hmm.
Correct. Many of us are conscious about it. Many of them are not conscious about it.
Okay.
Okay, that energy which is flowing. But whenever we experience something which is connected to ourselves, whenever we experience something which is connected to that energy, then we experience that.
Hmm.
So let's take an example. For suppose your mother comes and all of a sudden hugs you.
Hmm.
You feel loved. You feel love not because you have a mental impression about your mother. It's because the energy that she is representing is connecting to your energy, your own energy of love.
Okay.
So that's why you're feeling love inside.
Hmm.
So it's nothing to do with mind. Okay. It's the basic energy that is fundamentally there within you. You are experiencing that energy.
Hmm.
So when she's coming and hugging you, you feel love.
Hmm.
And this feeling comes from within.
Okay.
Okay. So, like that, every individual has an experience of all these expressions. Now, compassion, fulfillment, joy, it's all there within us.
Okay.
A taste of it is there within us through this energy.
Hmm.
Okay. So, what happens is when such individuals come in front of us, and these individuals, Sai, what happens is they are continuously working on themselves.
Hmm.
What I mean by they're working on themselves is, let's take example. If they face a situation in life which scares them, which makes them fear,
Hmm.
so they won't find solution for the fear.
Hmm.
What they will do is they will want to experience that fear first,
Okay.
because they know the fear is a part of their expression.
Hmm.
So they will experience the fear. And when they experience the fear, they exactly know how they are feeling within themselves, within their body.
Hmm.
Correct. And they start to own that feeling.
Hmm.
They start to own that feeling. And what I mean by own that feeling is they're scared. So they
Hmm.
are there to support them when they are scared.
Okay.
They are there to take what we say, they are there to support them, to give them love, whatever is
Hmm.
required, because they are in the feared situation. Okay,
Okay.
they're within them, they are feared, correct? So they are there to support that. And when they support that, so they grow themselves within from that feared state to a more courageous state.
Okay.
Correct. They are growing within from that fear stage to the courageous. They are not finding solutions to either let that fear go or to distract themselves from the fear or put that fear under the carpet. They are
Hmm.
fully embodied, experiencing it and supporting it and then moving from that fear state to a courageous state.
Hmm.
So, what happens is during this process, their energy setup, which they had, is going through a change.
Hmm.
The energy setup they had is going through a change. Okay. And when the energy setup, the energy, fundamental energy setup is going through the change, this energy continues to be a part of them.
Hmm.
It's like a part of them. So whenever they go outside, they will represent this energy. They will
Okay.
represent the courage. And when they engage with someone, people will feel that courage because the energy that they are representing fundamentally within and what you are experiencing within you is nothing, is all the same. So you experience the same energy within you and you feel, I feel such a courageous person he is or she is.
Hmm.
So what happens is the energy makeup is changed by these people whenever they face through challenges. They don't just do a tape-like arrangement by fixing their mind. That is not what they are doing. But when you fix the mind, that remains at the mind level. That doesn't kind of influence the fundamental energy that you are. You're getting it. So that is what they do, and hence wherever they go, they exude these characters or these flavors of theirs.
Okay. So these leaders have become the leaders after going through a lot of struggle in their life. So they embody all the experiences which they have experienced through their struggle.
It's true.
Okay. Okay. This is very interesting. So that is the reason when we meet some leaders or look at some leaders, so they exude this kind of aura and presence, right? Which is actually a part of them.
Yeah, it's them actually. So so they are truly courageous because it's the energy that they represent is courageous. They are
Hmm.
compassionate. They are loving. So you will feel that, like if you feel like people like, just example like Mother Teresa, if
Hmm.
you just see her, you will feel compassion through that because
Hmm.
it's the energy that is exuding through her because that's how she has created, kind of developed the overall makeup of her energy. The energy share that she has, which is going through her, is full of compassion. It's
Okay.
not in the mind, she said, that I need to do this to help people or I need. She has embodied that whole thing within herself. And that's why wherever she goes, she becomes an embodiment of compassion and love. So many such examples you will experience where you will see such leadership presence.
Makes sense, Ranjit. I'm able to understand, what I was experiencing when I met that certain leader. Okay. So, Ranjit, I have one more question. See, I have met leaders, right? Some leaders exude that presence and some don't.
See what happens, as I said, people who exude this presence, what they do is they fully embrace the feelings that they get in the
Okay.
situations. So if they are getting a self doubt, or suppose if they are getting a self doubt while making an important decision, if they are doubting themselves, so for suppose in a situation, if they have to make a decision and they are doubting themselves,
Mhm.
so in that case, what they will do is, as I told earlier, is that they will accept that they are in doubt.
Mhm.
They will accept that they are in doubt and they will attend to that state of theirs.
Mhm.
What it means is that they will not hide that aspect that they are in doubt. They will let others know that I am facing this doubt right now at this point of time, and I am not in a position to make that decision.
Hmm.
Correct. So they will accept that, they will acknowledge that first. That
Hmm.
is the state of theirs, correct? And once they acknowledge that state of theirs, obviously they will know that they are in a doubtful state right now. So
Hmm.
they will try to attend to themselves. They will be trying to be themselves as if they are in the doubtful state. They will not look at themselves as if they need to make a decision or quickly do something which is required by the
Hmm.
situation. But instead, they will be with their doubtful state. Yeah, I am doubtful, right?
Hmm.
And whatever is required to attend to that doubtful state, they will attend that first.
Hmm.
Correct. What attend that first? It's like, because one of the thing which is coming to my mind as an analogy to this is like when you get an injury, for suppose,
Uh-huh.
when you get an injury and you know you need to run.
Okay.
So what happens many a times is we start running slowly because injury is there. Start running slowly, but we are still running, correct? But our true state at this point of time is injured.
Hmm.
So what these leaders they do is they first acknowledge that they are injured.
Hmm.
They are in that state that they are injured. And whatever is required to attend to that state first, they will attend to that.
Hmm.
And then through that comfort, whatever comfort they get, they then decide what they need to do.
Okay.
They will not decide before that itself that they have to run.
Okay.
Based on the comfort that they get through what they are attending, they will decide whether they want to run, whether they don't want to run.
Okay.
So it all depends on the state of theirs. They are
Okay.
taking the responsibility of the state of theirs, and based on that, they are making the next decision.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's what happens with leaders who exude this presence. So, what happens in this case is their energy makeup
Hmm.
of doubt, self doubt that they're having at that point is going through a transformation.
Okay.
So it's like in certain big situations, they face self doubt. So now it is going through a transformation from self doubt. It might come slowly into having that clarity or having that, uh, what we say,
Hmm.
expressiveness. From self doubt to that expressiveness, it is changing. The energy makeup is changing. So
Hmm.
something within them is changing. But in case of leaders who don't exude this presence,
Mm-hmm.
they are driven by the outcome. They are not driven by their state. And what I
Okay.
mean in the same example, if a leader who doesn't exude this presence, if they have a self doubt,
Hmm.
what they will do is they will try to find ways to deliver the outcome.
Okay.
Their focus is delivering the outcome. So they will create many mind centric, cognitive centric ways of
Hmm.
bypassing this state to deliver the outcome that is required.
Okay.
Correct. And that might mean that they will come up with a solution that, okay, if I am in self doubt right now, let me put pressure on other people.
Uh-huh.
Let me put pressure on other people and force them to get something out quickly in the next
Okay.
few hours. So he or she will push the others because their focus is not on the state of theirs. It's the focus is on the outcome that they need to deliver.
Okay.
So they will do various things in order to deliver that. So what is happening is they are operating at a very cognitive level, at a very mental level. They are
Okay.
not literally addressing the energy state of theirs.
Okay.
They are bypassing it. Correct.
Hmm.
So what happens is for such leaders, since they are not putting this energy makeup in this, what happens is it translates into because in many ways the energy is suppressed, correct? So it
Hmm.
translates into energy of what we call as negative energy, but not negative energy. It's shadow energy like frustration, irritation, anger.
Ah.
It takes the shape of that energy. So whenever they come in self-doubt, immediately you will see the energy that is coming from that person is the person is very restless, very irritated, and
Hmm.
all that. So that is the energy it is translating into, since they are not attending to the true state of theirs, which is in this
Hmm.
case a self doubt. You're getting it? So that's why you will see people who are mentally addressing things,
Hmm.
or who are bypassing the true state of their energy at that point of time, or the state of
Hmm.
theirs, whether it is fear, self doubt. You will see them exuding some kind of shadow energy, which
Hmm.
will come in the form of, as I said, irritation, frustration, anger, uh,
Hmm.
all that kind of stuff. And
Okay.
that's why when you are with these people, they are constantly exuding this energy, because
Okay.
that's the makeup of their energy. And that's why you don't feel comfortable even sitting with many of them, even for some time or a small amount of time,
Hmm.
because that energy we start experiencing that shadow energy.
Shadow energy. Yeah, I've had this kind of experiences where I was able to distinguish between certain leaders. Yeah, and these leaders come in all walks of life, right? Not only specifically to in corporate. When they come in all walks of life, social activity, politics, and everything, right?
Yeah. See, I think what is leader? Leader is someone who is capable to, it's like leader is someone who is capable to be aware of themselves and utilize that awareness to channelize it for the
Mhm.
good of others. Correct.
So that is the definition of a leader.
Yeah, so it's like someone, a leader. Whenever we see leaders of all walks of life, or when we
Mhm.
call about leaders, see, leaders are nothing but who are fully aware of themselves,
Okay.
and they utilize that awareness of themselves. They utilize that awareness of themselves in order to channelize for betterment
Okay.
and good of others. You're
Uh-huh.
getting it? So they are not someone, leaders are not someone who are only focusing on the betterment of others. They are
Mhm.
focusing through them in the betterment and uh, good well-being of others. So they are very well aware of themselves. They know exactly how they are, what they are, and they are first making sure that they are taking care of that awareness, and through that awareness they are serving others.
Okay.
So you will see these leaders in all walks of life, and these leaders doesn't mean that they need to be a high stature leader. Even a panwala or
Mhm.
a vegetable wala who is fully aware of himself or herself and taking that awareness or bringing that awareness to serve others,
Mhm.
correct, serve others in complete alignment to themselves. They are serving
Mhm.
others. They are beautiful leaders. So is
Okay.
true with big leaders like Ratan Tata, you mentioned, or for
Hmm.
that matter, it is Nelson Mandela or Martin Luther King. These are big leaders, correct? They all are leaders.
Okay.
So it can come in all walks of life. And as I said, even a normal person walking down the street can be a very great embodiment of leadership.
Okay. Thank you, Ranjit.
Yeah, always a pleasure. Thanks a lot.